Hello and welcome back to a game of Dota 2. You are watching StarLadder, Star Series, Season 8. And it is day number 26. We have a Wraith King band. Last time we saw Wraith King band, we also saw Meepo band, but it's just some funny bands coming out of QPAD. QPAD has not been doing all too well on the scores. Let's take a quick look at that. QPAD. Well, the bottom 4 get dropped out of Star Series, in which you should actually take SSD into consideration because they have officially disbanded and won't be here next season. But QPAD is actually not really doing all too well and is in the bottom 4 for the moment. The 2 above the bottom 4 will have to play regulation matches, so QPAD kind of needs to win their last couple of games. This is actually their last game, so I guess they don't have a chance to make it out of that bottom 4 anymore. We'll see though. We'll see how they try to do this. SSD, you see them sitting very comfortably at 4 losses, 8 wins, 12 games played. But regardless of what they do, I mean, they have officially disbanded, so they shouldn't be considered for the finals anymore. At least I think that is the case. We'll see later on in the season though if that's still the case. They might just change their mind if things are going well. Then why wouldn't you compete in a tournament that has $127,000 at stake, you know? That's worthy to bring a team together for. Anyways, QPAD, they have banned out the Bristleback after banning out the Wraith King. We also have got the Slurk and the Elder Titan removed. Where's the sound? Word. There it is. We have got the Visage picked up by QPAD. It does mean I'm kind of surprised to see the Visage picked up, and when we still have an Alchemist and a Crystal Maiden and all those strong heroes still in the pool. Timbersaw also still in the pool as he gets picked up by SSD first. We'll see what they go for next, if they want to have also a support. I mean, QPAD now already with the Visage on their name. Visage is still a strong hero as well, though, so I do agree with that choice. But overall, with the support already picked up, I would imagine that SSD also might want to select the support out of fear that otherwise QPAD will have all the best ones and will ban out the rest of the good ones. So they do indeed pick up that Crystal Maiden, as the Visage will be paired up with the... I was expecting to see a pick fairly fast after them banning out heroes fairly fast, but they're not doing that, so they're taking their time, they're taking it seriously. That's something good to know.
Ten seconds remaining.
And that was the sound of me drinking water.
5 seconds.
How very
remaining.
exciting this gas is already, right? Don't hear that every day. Actually, you probably do if you listen to me every day. Oh well, details. Details indeed. QPAD, they are actually taking into their bonus time for this one. Interestingly enough, I would say, like, wouldn't you want to get an Alchemist if it is still in the pool? No, they say. They want to pick up a Gyrocopter, which is not a hero that I was expecting them to pick up so early. But, I mean, it's not a hero that you'd expect to see banned in the second banning phase. So it's interesting. But I guess if you do pick up... No, still not. No, not even if you do pick up the Alchemist, I would still not have a Gyrocopter expected to be banned. So interesting pickup here for QPAD. So we're gonna see what they will select to ban out. Of course, this game for rankings for both teams is not that important, but that's also a reason why we're gonna see probably a very interesting game, because these teams got nothing to lose. So hopefully we have a lot of fighting ahead of us. A lot of action coming out from these teams. As we do have some stand-ins, of course, for both teams. Both teams actually using 3 stand-ins. That's the way it goes for QPAD. Of course, Wagamama is still not possible to be here. Still not able to be here, as he is indeed still with his parents. Still at his parents' place, and his parents' place has no good internet, or at least not good enough to play Dota on. At least not competitively, so that's why we don't see him playing here. But we have seen our men play for him in all the games that we've seen since Waga left, and he has been drafting for them as well, and it's been going decently. I mean, since Friday, I feel like QPAD has turned a page. I mean, they have been looking actually very solid in their games, and it has been, they have actually, they've actually won games, they've played even with others. I have to say I was impressed by them, and I'm hoping that they can show a bit of that kind of QPAD here as well, showing that they are indeed worthy of the sponsor, and of course worthy of a place in StarLadder. Hopefully for them, of course, they'll prove that here today. SSD though, even with having disbanded, even with playing with stand-ins, they have also had some very great games for themselves, and it's by no means a very washed up team at all. I mean, they have got Werner and Jukes as stand-ins to players that we have seen standing in with SSD before. Now also a hero or player that we see standing in for SSD, it is Mini. Mini, of course, the one that we know from being in QPAD at some point. And then deciding to leave. And I'm actually quite curious to see how he does here. It's been a while since we've seen him play competitively, and personally, well, everybody would like to see his IO, but I don't think that that's going to be happening, unfortunately. Well, he's still in the pool, actually, maybe.
10 seconds remaining.
The IO Crystal Main combination is not all that strong, as we do have a Razor band out, which is basically rewarded with an OD ban. There's no surprise in that one, of course. The Rubik and the Weaver were the other two bans that we saw come out in the second banning phase. SSD has the first pick, and they'll go for the Mirana, so not revealing anything just yet. Mirana can be played in the safe lane, can be played on the mid lane. We've seen actually come with me on his Mirana before, which was pretty decent as well. Normally, he, like, in the previous SSD, he was actually the support player. But no, he's been doing really well on the Mirana in the last game that we saw of him. We're going to see QPAD. Well, they have got not that much time left in their bonus time, because 10 seconds is all they have, and 14 seconds now in the normal draft time, so we'll see how they use that time and if they're able to get a hero of their choosing. Of course, random heroes is not really something you want to be aiming for. It might be something they're going towards. You don't get extra gold for random heroes, by the way. I saw a discussion about that in the chat yesterday. But if you random heroes in a lobby in captain's mode, no, you don't get bonus gold. You do not get that. Undying is a hero that they choose to go for. A very interesting hero. We have seen Undying played a couple of times. I actually started to like him a bit more, so curious to see how he does. Curious to see how QPAD makes him work for them, and they have got a very strong tri-lane right now. Maybe not have the Sable, but a lot of nukage, a lot of slow as well. And with the Undying visit Gyrocopter lane, there's just really not that much you can do against that. They might not be going aggressive though, which is one of the things that they're locking themselves into. I hope that they are going aggressive, obviously. That's always one of my hopes, because it's just way more interesting. But so far, well, I'm not really convinced just yet if they do that. And if they do that, I mean, Crystal Maiden and Sand King supports are two pretty strong supports with disables, with slows, and also can be throwing out quite the punches of their own, and can, of course, therefore counter-initiate. It's pretty scary. Train Protector. Wow, that's gonna turn things around, because this means that we are looking at an Undying in a carry position, an Undying in a farming role. He needs to get that gold, because otherwise... Well, actually, maybe they want to have a tree in farming, which has actually happened before, so we'll see.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Wait, I'm just checking why you're reloading for. Oh, I didn't know he did that. Oh, wow, I didn't even realize. Sorry, the title of my stream is apparently Loves Durham. Sorry, I had to be distracted by that. Sorry, people on Dota TV, but I guess you already noticed it. I now notice it too. He was at some point. He was in my broadcaster slot, but he didn't say anything. So I figured, you know what, I won't say anything either. And I was kind of doing stuff on the side screen anyway. So oh well. Loves Durham, ignores Durham, both. Well, oh well, it happens. Well, we'll see in this game if he's worthy of my love. If he can play decent. By the way, sounds that you might hear, I blame the cat. He is on a newfound I love Shiver streak. With rubbing his face in my hair.
5 seconds.
Licking my hand even though it's on my mouse, which is something he never does. But he's just very active. I think it's because of the fireworks. He's kind of afraid of the fireworks, so you know, he's like, Shiver, protect me! And I do, and then he likes me. And then I leave, and then he doesn't like me anymore. And then I come back, and then of course he has to make sure that he loves me more so I don't leave him anymore. Something like that. Anyways, cats are weird. We're gonna see a Doom and a Dragonite band out in the last two bands coming out for these teams. As it looks like SSD is finally taking into some more of their bonus time and end up going for the Alchemist. How often do you see an Alchemist saved for last? That doesn't really happen all that often. Normally he is picked up very early on or banned, but just ignored for the moment. I like it. like that he actually had the chance to do that. That does mean that SSD, Mirana, Alchemist, Timbersaw, all 3 heroes could go middle. I mean, we've even seen Sand King middle before. And QPAD, with knowing which 3 heroes could be middle, I mean, all 3 heroes are not the strongest mids. So they've got basically free reign to put something mid. Apart from, of course, the heroes that are already banned out. But they can do mid whatever they want to. They could even go for an undying mid. Now, that's not something I actually want to see, but... well, Puck mid. Very secure pickup for them. Very strong one. So we'll see how they do in that one, as we are going to see ourselves a game, of course, for StarLadder, Star Series. It is Season 8. We are on day 26. It's the last game of the day. It's the last game of the year. Because StarLadder will only continue on Friday with group stages. 3 more days after today. 3 more days to decide who goes to Kiev. Who gets a chance to be a part of that 127,000 prize pool. I keep saying the number. I realize that. But I'm actually amazed that it was that much. It's even more than MLG. I mean, MLG was for the top 8. This is only for 4 teams. And we're not even at the event yet. So there's still more tickets to be purchased.
10 seconds remaining.
Diego, don't scratch.
5 seconds
I need to move my hand. I need to move my hand. Oh, wow, he looks angry. I'll cast with one hand at the start. It's fine. We have a pause anyway. It gives me time to introduce all the players here. It is a QPAD on their dire side, of course, for this first game here for StarLadder Star Series season. I already said all that. Never mind. And it's Blue Banana, the one that just switched to Merry Christmas. That's already past Merry Christmas, but I'm sure he realized that. Still Happy New Year from Blue Banana. He'll be playing the Gyrocopter for this game. We've got Durham playing the Undying, Vilka on the Puck, RMN playing the Visage, and SLHZ will take on the Tree and Protector. He's normally the offlane player, so this could be a Goblak offlane tree, as in we've seen him do that before. And we might see that again. Let's take a look at what we have got in store from SSD. They are, sorry for the sounds. They are playing from the Radiant side. Werner will take on the Timbersaw. It will be Arise on the Alchemist. Arise normally is the mid player, so it looks like we are going to see a mid Alchemist. We are going to see Jukes with a great Crystal Maiden headpiece playing the Crystal Maiden. We've got Come With Me on his Mirana, as pointed out during the draft. He does play that quite decently indeed, and Mini will take on the Sand King, and that is everybody on the side of SSD. As we're waiting for the pause to be unpaused. Pause is done by the QPAD side, so we're waiting for them to be ready for this. Well, distracted. Well, not distracted by anything apart from my brain, actually. Brain is running free. I guess it's it's because of the previous games that we've seen, and mostly just the previous one game that we've seen. Just had so much WoW in it that I'm kind of still stuck in it. Je suis le fromage. Well, je suis le fromage means I am the cheese. I am the cheese. I am the cheese. You want cheese? I'll give you cheese. Anyways. See who's going where. If we're gonna have some aggressive tri lanes up in this game, I hope that we will see that. QPAD, do it! Do it. Wow. What's he doing? Blue Banana is not entirely sure what he's doing with all his tangos and stuff. Well, we'll see. Let's take a look at who is going where. Looks like we are going to have our aggressive trialing with Tree. Yay! As I said, it's something that we have seen before. With a Venomancer though, not with a Visage. And not with an Undying. But if this works out, if this aggressive trialing for QPAD works out, SSD is going to be in a very tough situation. However, with Werner there on that bottom lane, Timbersaw is one of those heroes that can actually deal with an aggressive tri-lane quite decently. Because he has got the Timber Chain, he's got the Whirling Death, and he can actually turn things around real fast, so you have to be careful there. I really like that QPAD is trying to go for the aggressive tri-lane, don't get me wrong, but I'm also quite scared for them as, I mean, Treant is a strength hero, Undying is a strength hero, and of course Timbersaw extra strong against strength heroes. We also have an aggressive tri-lane coming out from SSD. They run the Mirana Crystal Maiden lane together with the Sand King, which is maybe just to counter the aggressive tri-lane coming out, or to dodge the aggressive tri-lane coming out from QPAD. They have a Nova followed up by a Burrow Strike. Now normally I don't really like Sand King on aggressive tri-lanes because his Burrow Strike level 1 is just the lowest range you can think of, but because of the Crystal Main being there, he can actually set up for it to be better with the slow, so that he doesn't have to be in that close of range. Like, he gets a chance to actually run at his target rather than anything else. So we already have got the supports rotating top after realizing they're up against the aggressive tri-lane on the top lane. So they still get their aggressive lane, and they leave for now the Visage on the bottom lane. But I'm assuming they're gonna move their Gyrocopter bottom up against Timbersaw and put the Visage on the Visage on the suicide on this lane as well, the safe lane. We'll see though. For now, this is the way it is. There's gonna be an off-lane Visage RMN. Picked up a headrest first. It's quite interesting. No regen at all. But the rotation is not only coming from a QPAD, because Sand King realized, hey, I can go bottom and kill off this Visage. If he gets a range for a Burrow Strike, then our man is going to be a long way from home. But that's, I mean, he has the Grave Chill, so he should be okay. Should be fast enough, or not, Where's the Grave Chill? No, he's gonna get Burrow Strike struck, and he is gonna be dying. That's gonna be your first blood right there. Goes away of the Mini, goes away of the Sand King, and now he's level 2, close to level 3, meaning that level 2 Burrow Strike around the corner, meaning his range issue is gonna be a non-issue very soon. An aggressive tri-lane of SSD might not be as successful just yet. Not able to shut down the Gyrocopter all that much. He's sitting on 8 for 3 for now, while Mirana is sitting on 5 for 0. But with the kill already happening on the bottom lane, they don't need to apply that much pressure to this aggressive tri-lane, or to this safe dual lane, I should say right now. Safe tri-lane, I guess, yeah. Durham might be in some trouble. There's a Frostbite happening maybe from the Crystal Maiden. The creep wave is close. The Living Armor is going to be there as well, though, but it's only Living Armor level 1. So it's going to be off in no time. Durham has to be careful here. He still has a salve. Well, one Frostbite followed up by an arrow, and he might actually be dying. Mirana also with her Bessie Ring, allowing her to maybe use some more of the spells. And the reason I say that is because Crystal Maiden hasn't actually picked up her aura yet. Rock of Barrage by Blue Banana just scares Come With Me away. He still has that leap ready if he wants to. Oh. Living Armor is one of the more annoying spells in the game, of course. In the meantime, Puck has got 8 for 5. He is really struggling up against his Alchemist. 17 to 3 for a rise. To be honest, oh, wait a second. Bottom lane has got some trouble going on. Mini got the Burrow Strike up on 2. Our man, he looks to be going down. Still got the Soul Assumption up and is extra fast. The Timber Chain is not going to catch him up anymore, and that means that Durham is going to be the last one there, but is also able to run away from that one. That was a perfect Burrow Strike, but no way to finish it off for Wern, unfortunately for him. 2 for 2 now on the bottom lane, as the Undying indeed successfully rotating. He's now out of regen, no more clarities, no more tangos, no more nothing. Just sitting on those branches. Still supported by the Visage, or still joined by the Visage, I should say, because this Visage is actually the one taking the last hit. Still 8 for 0 for him. Picked up boots. Wern in the meantime 12 for 2. I mean, even though he's not really able to, like he had an assist on the kill, of course, and he's on the safe lane, you would expect him to win the lane, but he is actually not doing as well as he should do, in my opinion. The one that's doing best of everybody is the Solo Mid Alchemist. Solo Mid Alchemist against a Puck is really decent. Reason for that being is that the phase shift is, well, of course, obviously the phase shift can dodge out the stuns, so that's always going to be there. That's great, but you're still going to take damage from that acid spray. You're still going to try to come into range for last hits if you're a puck, and the acid spray will always hurt you. That's why you see level 3 acid spray up on a rise. It's just really annoying to deal with. Look at the amount of harassment he's already got. He does have a rune though. In the meantime, bottom lane might have some trouble. Soul Subject coming in again, but Sand King lives once again. No decay is coming through. He knows that he wouldn't die from that. He rather wants to save his mana. In the meantime, on the top lane, we've got Mirana. She's sitting on 14-5 with 19-6 for the Gyrocopter, who was a bit slower at the start of the game, but now without the Sand King around, this Mirana is actually completely cut out. Living Armor will keep Blue Banana up, and Leech Seed up on Come With Me, and actually he's gonna get punched. Has to be careful. Fleck kind of coming out as well, as Leech Seed will be okay. Come With Me being the one that will get forced away. He only has one Tangle left. Might be getting one Tangle from Jukes as well, but has to be careful with the amount of regen he has. Now Face Boots for the Alchemist. He can start maybe rotating. In the meantime, talking about rotating, Dream Coil coming up on Mini here on the Sand King. He has got no Burrow Strike anymore, and he will get picked up. Sun comes out from a rise though. Living Armor, saving Arman's life for the moment. Looks like it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay at all. Alchemist in the end, still with the kill. On dying as well. Timbersaw taking a kill for himself. Puck got one kill, but it's 2 for 1 in the end, and Puck himself might actually be in some trouble as well. He will be able to jump himself forward, but there's a Timber Chain, and Werner, even though he's out of mana, nah, he's done. Can't chase that anymore. It's gonna force Vilka to either Battle Crow or get lucky with a rune. It's gonna be the latter. 2 for 1 in the bottom lane, not really what QPAD was hoping for, of course, but still very decent trade for them. Or at least, it's still decent to get a kill on the Puck, while only losing 2 supports for that. I'm not sure if we can call Arman a support though, considering he is indeed the Visage that is farming on the bottom lane. I'm not real too sure about that. Undying, I know Undying needs the levels and farm. He's not getting either at the moment. Still sitting at level 3. He's actually stacking the wave for now for the Gyrocopter. And Trian, same story. I mean, with this recent change, with his nerf on the Living Armor, he kind of needs to have levels to get his Living Armor back to where it used to be, and right now he's not really getting that all too much. I'm wondering if he can still get the levels that he needs. Well, Gyrocopter is the one back home at the moment, so he is getting some more levels right now, but Gyrocopter will be back here in no time. Mini already hanging around, ready for going on Blue Banana. One Burrow Strike from the side. They're gonna go for this. Here comes a Nova onto the Burrow Strike. Blue Banana is getting Living Armor, but is it enough? It doesn't look like it. Arrow will hit up on a tree, and Starstorm coming out as well, and they go on the tree instead. Leech Seed's still there. It might be enough to get Come With Me. It is enough. Durham coming in to get the kill. Crystal Maiden dies as well, and Mini, the only one living there. He has to be getting himself out soon, though. The Burrow Strike is there. He should be able to get it done. Yeah, he gets himself out, but that is 2 for 0. With the rotation, the initiation coming from SSD. They were the ones who wanted to fight. Well, they got it. In the meantime, top lane. A lot of pings going out, but nothing actually happens. We do, however, have the Alchemist roaming top, so that's going to be a smoke top hasted Alchemist. But as you can see, a Blue Banana is expecting company, so he is hiding. Making sure that he's not going to be the target of any shenanigans. In the meantime, Puck still farming happily away in the mid lane. They're going to go for him. The ping came out from Arise. He wants to go for this. He's got himself the stun. Looks for a VIII if he has got it charged up. No, he's waiting for charging it up. Need to have the creep wave pushing out again. But that's not gonna happen. So they're gonna dive it. He's coming in from behind. The Nova goes up. Phase shift and orb is already used, both of them. So VIII, he's gonna get run at. Dream Coil comes in, nicely done. TP coming in as well, but the vision is still there. The Dream Coil stops him from chasing him with the phase shift, stopping the stun from happening. Arman, he still has a slow. They could try to go for this. They're just gonna let him go. They know they can't chase him with that chemical rage up, and they're not gonna try. They're just gonna put VIII back to base, making sure that he is gonna be safe. In the meantime, on the top lane, we do have the trail lane complete once again. The bottom lane is completely abandoned on all fronts. We also have got Marana on the top lane. Actually, she already was top lane. I mean the Timbersaw on the top lane. Then they're roaming middle. Looking for a Visage. Visage level 7. Doing really nice for himself in terms of levels. In terms of farm, he's still 3rd highest for his team. He has to be careful though. As he actually needs a moment. Well, he might be getting a moment soon if it's up to SSD. Let's see, Timber chain up, going for a man. The stun is gonna fly out from the Alchemist soon. We're gonna secure on the kill. Jukes. Careful there, that tower does hurt. And with all these people hanging around mid, there's gonna be freeing up space for QPAD to farm. So that means Puck is farming bottom. Needs to get that Blink Dagger sorted out. And Blue Banana and SLG farming on the top lane. Well, can't really say that SLG is farming, but he is getting some experience, which is good for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still fighting up against Come With Me's Mirana. This is Mirana, of course, an off-lane Mirana. With a couple of supports as well, but a bit underwhelming this game so far. Still gonna, of course, see what he can pull out of his hat. See if he can get some arrows going. So we do have a Rise, almost having the mechanism complete. Just needs the recipe for it. Has got the buckler and the headdress already. He's the highest farmed hero on the map. But of course his face boot's already done. Because Visage, I mean, he might have a buckler and a headdress as well. But he doesn't have any kinds of fancy boots. That's the main difference right there. Not the only difference. Bottle. Magic wand. It's all the difference. And maybe a Rise, I mean, he is rotating a bit, but he's not as aggressive as I thought he would be. Moonlight Shadow. There we go. Now he's a bit more aggressive. He's gonna charge up his stun. I mean, he's not gonna find anybody, but it's a nice gesture. They are very well aware something is amiss. Like I'm now also gonna see a Rise, so this is kind of an element of surprise gone. I kind of feel like both teams are kind of undecided about how they want to move around, how they want to make things happen, and what kind of things they want to make happen, because both teams have got this possibility to fight. I mean, you'd expect an Undying to start fighting a bit earlier on, but maybe he wants to wait a bit. You're expecting Mirana to rotate a bit earlier, but both teams are fairly passive, and perhaps that's because normally they are both aggressive. And that's like cancelling each other out. We've seen that happen before. It happens all the time, actually, unfortunately. SLG still building towards his level 7. You know what could help? I mean, yeah, SSD has got 3 wards on the map, but all fairly passive. Or fairly defensive, I should say. Maybe if they had some more aggressive warding behind towers, they would be able to do something. For QPAD, well, having wards at all, apart from one of the Roche Pit, would be an advantage. So far, they've only have that one. And of course, Durham is going to look for placing some more wards, but I would like to see some aggressive wards. I guess for QPAD, they don't need to be that aggressive. They do, however, like they have late game insurance with the gyrocopter. As Puck actually goes down. Wow, Timber saw bottom lane. That's where Puck was. Burrow Strike followed up by Chakram. Rolling Death. I wanted to follow that arrow. Damn me for missing that kill. Puck still trying to farm up his... What are you doing? Arise. He's going in. Chemical Rage coming out as well. And comes Crystal Maiden. Blue Banana already arrowed. No, arrow missed. But the Overgrowth still gonna lock in Jukes and Arise. Arise, he's actually forced back again. Blue Banana still not dying. One more hit needed. That will be doing the job. Arise might actually just killed himself off with that one, but the Moonlight Shadow should be enough to keep him safe. Jukes teleports out and Mirana, come with me. He's not done just yet. He's got an arrow and left for the tree. He gets a tree as well. A sun comes out as well as another arrow, and come with me takes the kill. The tombstone goes up though, but it should be enough. Or actually, is it? Werner coming in, looking for Durham. More teleports coming in though, as we now also have our men come into play. This tombstone might be the recipe to success. It is going to be, however, the Undying to die. Werner and Arise living through it all, able to run away from it, and the Visage not able to make a difference yet. He might make a difference in favor of SSD as they hit an arrow, but they're not going to go in on this one. Too tanky. With a level 4 in Gravekeeper's Cloak, he's not an easy initiated target. We now do have some more aggressive wards, by the way. Sand King gets himself a Blink Dagger in the meantime, farming on the bottom lane, so doing very well for himself. Can now start for some scary Burrow Strike epicenters. Vern is still building towards a Bloodstone. He's almost got it done. I say almost, about 1k and then some. And the mechanism is done for a Rise if he wants it as well. He has enough gold for the recipe.
Dire's middle tower is
Big fight for SSD there on the top lane. And with that, they might have just set the tone. Set the tone to stopping down Blue Banana. Epicenter already being charged up. Blink Burrow. Arrow will fly in as well. And that's going to be another pickup. It's Come With Me that takes the kill in the end. Good gank. Solid kill. Gyrocopter paying for his insolence of farming solo on this bottom lane. Well, Jukes gets killed off. Soul Assumption to follow him into the grave. Werner jumps into 3, but he is not worried. He still should be worth though. Overgrowth coming in, and Alchemist set up an SLAG. They're not going to continue going in, or at least they will not, or they might not. Mini though, making a difference, helping killing off that tree while Timbersaw takes the last hit. Mini will go down for that, standing inside a sentry ward, but it doesn't matter because the puck dies with them. Tombstone is up, forcing Werner and Arise back from this fight, and it's turning out to be a 1-on-2, which is worth it. Worth it for sure for SSD. Taking out that puck is a big deal. In the meantime, Come With Me is pushing a bit here on this bottom lane. Has got a hand of Midas, not really getting any major items just yet, but he doesn't need to, as the Gyrocopter still comes in to take a kill. Buyback though from the Gyrocopter. The fight here is still not done. Crystal Maiden gets picked up. Arise might be in some trouble, but it's Werner that comes back in. They want to go for Blue Banana. The tree is back in this as well, but it might not matter. The Timber Chain, one more hit. The Leech Sheet is going to keep Blue Banana up. Werner Moonlight Shadow keeps him safe. The Chakram will kill off the Blue Banana. And Werner himself gets a double kill with the help of the Stun of Arise, looking for SLHG. Does he have another living armor? Yes, he does, but he won't have time to put it up, or he does. But it's not going to be enough. Maybe the Leech Sheet is, maybe Vilka coming in is, but Werner, he really wants that kill, whether he dies for it or not. He gets a triple kill. He might be getting an ultra kill right here, but Vilka, he jumps away. In comes an Alchemist stun. Still wants to go for this. One more punch. It's an ultra kill. Werner jumping in to take the kill. Everybody dead on the side of QPAD on the top lane. And of course, one survivor is the one that wasn't on the top lane. It's our man who was bottom. But oh my god, that Timbersaw, he made that buyback totally worth it. That is probably one of the most worthy buybacks that I've seen in a long time. And now he has it. Bloodstone complete. At 17 minutes in the meantime, call down. Blue Banana going for a Rise. A Rise, its Chemical Rage. Is it enough? No, it's not. Dominating streak ended 567 gold going the way of the Gyrocopter. So that's a very rich and happy Blue Banana. Mini, with that Blink Dagger, should be fine. Should be safe. So far, 15-8 in favor of SSD. And also one of the extra differences in this game is that, of course, there is already one tower down instead of QPAD, with SSD still holding on to all of their towers. Perhaps now QPAD wants to make a difference in that as they start pushing on the tier 1 middle, but that's why Werner comes in. Doesn't want to have his tower go down. In the meantime, Mirana is continuing to farm, continuing to harass Puck, who's still struggling to find his Blink Dagger. And that says something when you're solo mid, cannot get a Blink Dagger before Sand King. The support Sand King has one. Support Sand King sitting at level 10 with a Blink. Level 11 for the Puck without a Blink. Only one level difference between those two. It's not how it should be. Not how it should be at all. Gyrocopter is the only one that can keep up with the farm of the cores of QPAD, which are of course Arise as well as Werner on the Timbersaw right now. Arise is actually sitting, where is he? There he is. On the mechanism and a Blink Dagger now as well. He's charging up the stun. He's going for, oh, that's very nice. Oh! I thought like they are gonna use Mirana to stop the, or to get the phase shift out, but he actually threw out the orb, which was all that he needed to do to get away from Arise there. He's charging it up himself again though. An arrow will again be the one to stop the phase shift. In comes Starstorm and the stun. That's gonna be a kill for the Alchemist. And it's a nice combination. Baiting out the phase shift with one ability and getting the stun with the other. Doesn't matter which one hits. As long as one of the two hits, you're gonna be okay, especially with the blinking Alchemist. Alchemist, who pings, he's not yet done with fighting. He has to be done though, because QPAD is not going to give him any more opportunities, or is he? Are they? In comes the smoke. Arise and Werner and Jukes, they're going to find SLHG. He's going to be the first one. Overgrowth is still going to be there, but for SLHG it's too late. Perhaps Durham is saved by this one, as Werner is stuck around trees. Probably not something that the Timbersaw is very happy about, but nonetheless able to get himself out. Of course, trees are no match for the Timbersaw, although he doesn't know it himself. We've got a tower under siege. This is going to be the second tier 1 tower picked up. Come with me. Sitting on 2k gold already. His Hand of Midas is starting to pay off. In the meantime, Durham, the Undying, is not really paying off at all.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And he's going for an Aghanim Scepter apparently. I'm not too convinced, but we'll see. We'll see. Nice familiar stuns upon Werner, but he is too tanky. They can't take him down right now. Perhaps they can take down a Puck here though. Sand King, Mechanism, will keep him up. Puck has already jumped himself towards the tower. Will still get hit by that Chakram. He actually dropped quite low from that. He is still not... He's just not moving forward. Last time we saw him he had 800 something gold. Now he's back to 700 because he died again in the top lane. Oh, I like this item build for Mirana. It's very early game oriented, which is not something you would expect with the Hand of Midas picked up first. But with the Maelstrom there, it's going to allow him to already fight, have that attack speed, that extra attack speed that you kind of want to have. In the meantime, they go in. Dream Coil, Burst Strike away still for Sand King. He's still going to be okay. In comes an Alchemist on Arman. It's going to be the target. In comes a Leech Eater. Is there going to be another Overgrowth? There it is indeed, but the Epicenter is already casting. Sand King and Alchemist, however, are the ones to die. Werner might be able to turn this all around. Can he live through it all? No, he cannot. Silenced up. 3 dead for 1 Visage. That is a brilliant fight for QPAD, one they definitely needed as 2 of the SSD cores go down. Oh, they saw Crystal Maiden move in there. Rocket Barrage, you're dead. 4 dead now on the side of QPAD. That, or on the side of SSD, that is going to put them back on the map and is going to allow them to pick up a tower here in the mid lane as well. By the looks of it, it should be allowing them to do that anyway. And of course, the BKB on the Gyrocopter definitely played a part in that one.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Arrow hits. Fuck, you're dead. That attack speed and a lightning to finish it off. Come with me. Killing spree 3-1-3. Hand of Midas off cooldown again. And they can continue with the push if he wants to. They still lose their tier 1 tower middle, by the way, SSD does, but they get it denied, which is not something I was expecting from QPAD. QPAD left a bit too early. Vermilion Burst might have tried to take it down, but not successful. Nicely done for SSD, that's for sure. And with the next fight though, I mean, their advantage is starting to drop slightly, but only ever so slightly. They're still quite far ahead, still already 9k gold ahead. 10k experience in favor of SSD, as they now are taking out the last tier 1 tower on the side of QPAD by the looks of it. I don't think there is anything that QPAD can do against it at this moment. Not with the Gyrocopter so low on farm, or so low on life rather, because Farmy is actually getting a bit of a pick-me-up here, as he's taking out an 18 sec, so that's a bit of extra gold going his way. Very much needed. He's sitting now already on 2700 gold after finishing up his BKB. So that's very decent indeed of him. Let's come with me. Oh, they're going aggressive. The silence is still there, but the burst strike comes in. Puck, you should not have come here. Dream Coil still comes out, but it doesn't really matter, or does it? An arrow up on Durham, and an arrow also still up on Puck to finish him off. Come with me. Leaps away. Werner still in this, looking for Durham. He is able to soul rip himself, but it doesn't matter. Not with that burst strike coming in. Oh, living armor might do the job though. Werner's still in this. His whirling death is still there, but he doesn't want to risk anything. He's gonna go out again, or is he? The frostbite, the epicenter, the 3-man burrow, 2-man burrow strike coming out. It is a tombstone that's up for Durham still. Undying, doing his name justice, chasing down Werner, who's realizing he has to get out of this place, and he's able to do that. The Sand King still has died. Other than that, they didn't lose anybody though. Even Crystal Maiden made it back home safely while TPing out. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, there's a stun coming out upon Durham. And he is definitely showing his worth right now. Healing up. Perhaps he can get a deny, and let's see if he's gonna try. Yeah, he's not. Not anymore. That's a first tier 2 tower dropped in the tier 1 middle that was already under siege earlier. Slowly healed up by the Treant Protector. He's not going to be living any much longer either. 2 towers picked up in short succession of each other. And that's going to be SSD taking a big gold lead. Even more than they already had. And QPAD, they have to find a way to deal with this. They have to find a way to come back from this. Arrow, blue banana. They're not gonna go in on that one, are they? No. Oh, Vilka should not have come. Burrow Strike only hits upon our men though, and a Dream Coil again. Leap Away still there. Come with me. He's gonna get picked up here. The Burst stunning him up. Visage with the kill. Mechanism healing everybody up on QPAD again, and that might have been the thing that QPAD needed to get back into this game. Killing off that Mirana, making sure that she is shut down. It's not going to be the first time, or the last time that they have to do that though. And they're also going to have to think about getting some stuff in return for their kills, aka tier 1 towers, getting that extra map control back, getting their towers down, getting that extra gold. It's all very important, and it's going to get more important as the game goes on, because as you can see on the net worth list here, it's only Gyrocopter in the top 4 of QPAD. The rest is very far behind, actually lower than the support Sand King here, who has picked up a Veil of Discord. He is very, very scary right now, and his Burrow Strikes have been on point. On point indeed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Aghanim is being built by this Visage. Visage, who is second highest net worth on the list on the side of QPAD. 25 minutes in, and Puck still does not have his Blink Dagger. Moonlight Shadow. I'm not sure if they can do something with it. Alchemist is charging up a stun. They know he's here. Hello, Badoo Banana. That's going to be BKB on. TP out. Stun a bit too late. I mean, the damage is still there, but the stun itself doesn't actually go through, so they should have thrown it out a bit earlier. They were a bit too patient with it. Maybe thinking they can get a longer duration off, but they do force him back. They do force a BKB charge out, which is not all too bad. Leap, Burrow Strike, Vilka, Arrow, dead. That is just how fast that can go. No supports coming in. Nobody would be fast enough. Not for that combination, not for sure. That Blink Dagger really, really paying off. Gyrocopter, realizing what type of game it might become. Wait a second. Our men. It's up for now. Living Armor helping him up. Overgrowth. Come with me, still able to leap away. Crystal Maiden not so lucky, and come with me himself. Should be running, should be safe. From the back, in comes Werner. They want to try and take something down. Arrow already hits up on the tray, and Starstorm now as well. Yeah, that's not going to keep him up. Durham's heal, not enough to keep him up. A stun comes in. Durham himself might actually go down this time. It looks like indeed he does. There's one hero left alive here in this middle lane. Our man, he's chasing down, come with me. He looks for that soul assumption, looks for the vision, can't find it. In comes an arrow, it will hit, it's enough. That's a double kill for a Rise. 3 dead for 1 Crystal Maiden. SSD taking another fight back. Looking very strong in this game. The gold graph keeps on rising. Experience graph, same story. And Gyrocopter feeling more and more obligated to save his gold just in case he needs to go for Divine Rapier rather than going for an MKB.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Roshan is up as well, by the way. Anybody have a medallion here? No, nobody does. Though we are, of course, 27 minutes in, so they don't necessarily need a medallion. But if you are on the Radiant side and you want to take down Roshan, and you know that your enemy, of course, still have that dire advantage while the tier 2 middle is up, then you should be wary that you're not taking too long to take down Roshan. Unless you're very confident with the way that you're playing your game. But of course, QPAD, they can actually walk in, Overgrowth, Call Down. They have a pretty good teamfight lineup if you think about it. With the Call Down and the Overgrowth and the Tombstone and the Global, or not Global, the AoE Silence from the Puck, Dream Coil as well. It's all very Roche Pit friendly, if you will. So we'll see if they can get this done, or if QPAD is going to come in to interrupt this. It will still go quite fast by the looks of it, with that lightning coming out as well. Especially with Sand King standing on the high ground, being the human ward. In the meantime, there's some pressure applied here on the top lane by the Alchemist, who's got his Assault Cuirass ready. Solo mid Alchemist, highest up on the net worth. A place that we often see him, or used to see him, when he was as a farming role, but as a solo role. Solo mid role, he's doing quite nice as well. Now with an Aegis up on the Timber Saw. they can try to take a bit of more risky fights. And I'm actually surprised that the MKB is still the one Blue Banana goes for. Very secure. Very safe. Well, as I said, it might be starting to look like there's no other way but to go for a Rapier. If this line continues the way it has been. Blink, Epicenter, going for Blue Banana. BKB still turned on, but I'm not sure how much work that's gonna do. It's actually enough. Yes, it is enough. Dream Coil actually up on 2. The Timber Chain still there. When it comes to Silence, Puck should be the one to be careful right now. The Silence is off again. The Burrow Strike is on if he wants to. If he can turn around and Burrow Strike on someone, he might be able to save his life. He Burrow Strikes away. He just wants to live. Just does not want to die. Moonlight Shadow. That Sentry Ward. I mean, both of these heroes so mobile. And Wern is actually thinking about going in. The Timber Chain there as well. Steal SLHG. Gonna be kept up for the moment. And Wern himself might be in some trouble. The Soul Rip. Not gonna happen anymore. Already used on the Treants. Still here. And now they have got the Aegis burned. Now they also have got some more teammates coming in because it's a Rise that blinks in with the stun up on Blue Banana. The BKB on cooldown. He is hopeless right now. He goes down. Our men will be next. Still tries to do what he can. Is extra fast right now as Werner looks for a target. Double Burrow Strike again. Mini with the burrows. Durham running. Our men running. Double stun coming out from a Rise. One will die. The other one, who is just only back alive, is dead again as well. Double kill for Werner right now. 2 heroes left alive on QPAD. And they're not going to be enough to defend this bottom tier 3 tower. So this is going to be SSD's tower. In the meantime, Arana wasn't even in that fight and takes the tier 2 on the top lane. Only one tier 2 left standing in the middle lane. In the meantime, Werner, who cares about towers, he wants to go for kills. Doesn't get the puck, doesn't get Durham, does get them low enough to force them back into the base and not try and interfere with their attempt of taking down these bottom racks.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Vilka, what you doing there, buddy? Well, Durham, he put down a tombstone. Let's see how long he lives, because I don't think it's going to be long, or perhaps he is. With that overgrowth helping out, he will be fine for the moment. In comes the BKB for Blue Banana. They're trying to take this fight. They're trying to force SSD out of their base, but the Moonlight Shadow is there. Only now is the Sentry Ward there. Only now a Rise will get taken down. And that's going to be Werner jumping himself in, though. Still gets a Train Protection. He might be in too far. Might be in too deep, but he is a Timber Saw. He's got no worries. Or he should have worries, though. The K will take him down in the end from Durham. They did not get the racks for that. They did not get the racks on either side. Not the melee racks, not the ranged racks. Only the tier 3 tower went down. And they lost a lot of lives right there. However, with the fights going their way before that, the gold graph only shows that it has plateaued rather than actually going down again. As we do have an MKB being built by Marana as well. Wow, look at the experience graph difference. It's even 30k. Let's take a look at how that... Oh, that is just quite scary now, isn't it? Alchemist, Timber Saw, Marana. Marana, like, 23 experience away from being level 20. The rest already level 20. Actually, level 21 if you're Werner without Hand of Midas. Yes, that's impressive. And this is the Gyrocopter, the highest leveled hero on QPAD. And he is only level 17. Yeah, that's a very scary difference indeed. A very big difference as well. This is being scouted out. Nice word coverage from SSD, by the way. Dire Jungle was not a safe place for Dire to be. Arrow will miss. Blue Banana will realize that he has been seen. He has got some people backing him up, though. And Marana, he's going to get silenced. Dream Coil. Killed off by the looks of it. Leaps forward, but it's not going to be enough. The leech sheet would already take it down. SLHG with a kill to his name. His second kill, actually, this game. Come with me. A bit too greedy. A bit too naive. A bit too comfortable on the top lane. And perhaps Exist is going to have the same problem. He jumps forward, still gets a stun out. At least doesn't stun himself. But, of course, the phase shift was there. Gyrocopter is actually moving forward. The homie missile chasing down Exist, but he should be fine. He can blink away in a second as well, so he'll be okay. He's actually gonna get hit by it. In the meantime, though, middle lane is where it's at. The silence up on 2. Jukes able to run away to the high ground. It's all the Jukes he needs to do. QPAD, they do not want to overextend here. They might lose more than just a fight if they lose the next fight. They might lose their racks. Can't afford to have that. Cannot have that at all. This gyrocopter keeps getting bigger and bigger, starting to build towards the Satanic right now. I mean, he might not be the same level as the Timbersaw, but he is still doing well, and he is still pulling his weight. And he's pulling the weight of his teammates as well. He is really carrying his team because he's the only one that is higher or even compared to the net worth of the top 4 heroes of SSD. The only one that is actually low on SSD is the Crystal Main, because she's been full supporting, and well, looking at the wards, she has been doing a good job. That shield is not yours. Oh well. Looks like we might have a Roshan up soon again. Well, 2 minutes and then we'll know how long it will take. Which might be the reason for SSD's wait. They might be wanting to wait until that Rosh is up before going in up the high ground again.
No, now what?
Now what? Timbersaw, what is wrong? What is wrong? Well, a bit of push coming out from all 3 lanes from SSD. Pushing on the top lane on the rise. He is gonna get initiated on. I don't think he should die though. I mean, he's so tanky even without his chemical rage up. Bottom lane might be a bit more of a doable lane, but they have got 3 heroes there, and actually Durham is the only one to defend this. A TP comes in from the puck, from one side of the game to the other, from one side of the fountain to the other, but it's too late for Durham. He's already dead. Nice Moonlight Shadow there. Where's that vision? Where's those wards? The stuns are coming out. No central wards placed just yet though, and in comes an Epicenter and a Burrow Strike up on 2. Whoa, that's gonna be 3 Envisage bursted down. The arrow not needed anymore. 3 dead on the map so far on the side of QPAD. And that's going to allow for Werner and Arise to try and go in. Blink forward, stunning himself for Arise right now, but it's going to be Rex here. Burrow Strike on Blue Banana. He has his BKB, he pops it as well, but he's still taking so much damage. Come with me. Standing on the cooldown, doesn't matter to him. Blue Banana, 9 health. He dies, as does the puck. That is another team wipe across the board. Another stun for Arise as he stuns himself, but that's going to be a set of racks. QPAD not able to fight the split push coming out from SSD, getting caught out like that, all because of that Sand King, and they are losing more and more ground. They already lost 1 lane of racks. They're going to lose their tier 3 tower here too, and it's going to be 50 seconds before the gyrocopter is back. He does have a buyback. And one would think, like, why don't you buy back right now? Puck has a buyback as well. They're the only 2 dead. They're going to lose racks. Normally you'd want to buy back instead of losing racks.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Very odd decision making right there. Alchemist charging up a stun, going for SLAG. Now buying back is not worth it anymore because now they miss the rest of their team, because I don't think it's going to stick with just a tree. Going down, Durham tries to keep himself up with the Soul Rip. His Tombstone already dead. Puck coming in still. Tries to jump forward, tries to get some kills going as Alchemist goes for Durham. The slow is not going to matter, not when you start bashing like that. The Chakram coming in, but it's still Arise that takes the kill. 2 dead again on the side of QPAD. Homing missile, chasing down Arise, doesn't matter. Vilka going for the silences, but it doesn't matter. Burrow Strike, that's going to be Blue Banana dead. Now he buys back, but I'm afraid it's going to be too late now. The cooldown still comes out up a 3. He might be able to get Come With Me. He does, taken down. Also gets the Sand King. Puck dies still as well, and Blue Banana still the only one alive for his team. Freezing Field coming out. That's going to be another kill. That's going to be another team wipe. Buyback for Marana. Buyback for the Sand King. Sand King with Boots of Travel already here. Marana making her way over, running, and she is of course a very fast hero with Leap, with Sanjay Yasha, and Fountain Farming going on for the rest of his team already. SLAG looking to be, looking to be dying in his base. That's what's happening right there. And who cares about tier 3 towers and racks top if you can take down tier 4s or if you can farm fountains. Looks like SSD is gonna take this game home. Uncontested. Well, kinda contested of course. QPAD, they threw a good game, but... Or they played a good game, they didn't throw, don't get me wrong. But it wasn't enough. Not enough by any means. SSD takes it convincingly. Does take it indeed, and that means that QPAD has lost their last game here in the season. As this was their last game of the season. This was also the last game of the year, but not the last game of the season completely, because we are gonna have more games on Friday. As you can tell, my voice kind of needs to break again, and that's good. As in that it's at least something useful coming from the break, apart from New Year, of course, which is always fun. But we are going to see more games on Friday, starting on 1700. So make sure to tune back in then. Of course, everybody, Happy New Year already in advance. And make sure you don't drink too much on New Year's Eve. I'll try not to as well. I will play some pubs, by the way. I will stick around. If you want to watch that, then you are free to do so. Have a good night, though. You can stick around also for watching some commercials, as I will be back for that first. And, yeah, we'll be back for that. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for watching commercials, or pubs, or both. Yeah, that's it.